Let's learn how to read music, all right? I'm gonna make it really simple, really easy, one step at a time. Shouldn't be too hard to just follow along. If you're confused, just to ask a question down below, and I'll do my best to answer every question. So in music, we have notes, okay? And here is a note. That's the simplest note. It's called a whole note. Looks like a circle. Now, the more I do to this whole note, the more things I do to it and draw on it, it's going to make the note shorter and shorter. So I'll put this line on the side of it, and now it's called a half note, which makes that note last a little bit shorter. Now, if I color in that note down here, it's going to be called a quarter note. See how all the names are based on fractions, and the fractions are getting smaller? Now I'm going to put a flag up here. That makes it an eighth note. From here on out, every time I draw a flag on this note, it's going to keep getting shorter and shorter. So this is an eighth note. That would be a 16th note. That would be a 32nd note. Okay, and then you can keep going from there. Every time I add a flag to it, I keep cutting the note in half and making it shorter and shorter. Let's also make sure we can name the parts of the note, okay? The circular part is called the note head. The line coming off of it is called a stem. Obviously, I already said, each one of those are called flags. Whole note, the first one we did, just a circle, that one is 4 beats. So it's gonna last for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then off right there. So if we sing it, it's gonna be ah. Okay? I'm padding 5 times because I have to go all the way through the 4th beat. So I cut off right where 5 would begin. And from there on out, each note gets cut in half. Think about a pizza. I cut a pizza down the middle. I go from a whole pizza to 2 halves. Same thing here. Whole, half. Half note gets 2 beats, so that will be ah. 2 beats. Quarter note is going to be just 1 beat. So, ah. See how they keep getting shorter and they're getting cut in half? Once we get down to here, it starts to sound a little bit silly just doing one of them. Ah. 16th note would be even smaller, right? Ah. Also, sometimes you will see them drawn upside down. Stem may be facing up. Stem could be facing down. Usually that's done to make things neater. Okay, stem goes up when the note head is on the bottom half of the staff, and the stem goes down when the note head is on the top half of the staff. It's all about making it look neat so we don't have all these lines hanging off the bottom or the top of the staff. These 5 lines here, this is called the staff. S-T-A-F-F. This is what we use to write music notes onto, okay? This thing on the left is called the treble clef. Treble means you're gonna be using higher sounds, ah, okay, as opposed to lower sounds, ah. If you want to draw one, just curve down here, go straight all the way to the top, and then go to the right a little bit, and then big circle to the left, and then loop it around. And there's your treble clef. We're going to use only whole notes here because they're the easiest one to draw, just a circle. So I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way to the top. All right, 5 lines, so we're going to have 5 notes here. These are called line notes. See how the line goes through the circle? They're called line notes. There's 5 of them. And how do we learn what those notes are? Every good boy does fine. That's E, G, B, D, F, first letter of each word. We start at the bottom, E, and then work our way up. E, G, B, D, F. Every good boy does fine. That's the names of those notes. Now, if a note is not a line note, it's going to be in between the lines in the space right there. That's going to be called a space note. And there are 4 of them. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. See how the line does not go through the circle? That makes it a space note. And for this, we don't need a sentence, we need a word. Face. F-A-C-E. Also from bottom to top. Face rhymes with space notes, so that helps us a lot. Also, every good boy does fine. Fine rhymes with line, because line notes. So both of those coincidences help us really well. So how about on the piano? E, G, B, D, F. So how would that sound? And face, how would that sound? Now, every good boy does fine and face helps you to memorize the notes. But let's look at what's really going on here. If you put the line notes and the space notes together like this, line, space, line, what you're gonna see here is it follows the alphabet, all right? Bottom line is E, like every good boy does fine. Now we're gonna go through the alphabet going forward. E, F, G. But we're gonna stop at G and start back over at the beginning, which is obviously A, through the alphabet again. B, C, D, E, F. So what's really happening here is as we go higher with notes, la 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 la, we're going forward in the alphabet, okay? We only have 7 letters in the musical alphabet, A through G. And once we get to G, we go back to A. We start back over. Put them all together and you'll see how they go from low to high. So as you go up on the staff, the notes get higher. And as you go from left to right on the piano, the notes also get higher there. So I could give you any one of these notes and you can figure out the rest just by going forwards or backwards in the alphabet. If you know the middle line is a B, what's gonna be above it? C. What's gonna be below it? A. That's another way to memorize it. And why do we only have 7 letters? Why do we keep reusing them? Well, let's just take this E here and this E here, okay? They're both E's. They both have a similar sound, okay? Only this one is lower and this one is higher. That's called an octave. Hear how they have a similar sound, but one is a higher version of the other one. Whenever you have the same letter in 2 different spots, that's an octave. Here's the one E, and here's the other E. This is that first line E, like every good, and this is that top space E, like in face. Hear how they have a similar quality? Not the same if I do this. All right, so let's see if we can read the notes for a song. We got these 2 notes here. They're both quarter notes. They have the note head with the stem and they're colored in. Those are quarter notes, all right? And what pitch are they? Are they line notes or space notes? The line goes through the note head, so they're line notes. So every good. Second line from the bottom, good. So they're both G's, all right? G, G. How about these 2? Also quarter notes, so the rhythm is the same as these. Are they line notes? Yes, the line goes through the note heads, so every good boy does. These are both D's. 4th line from the bottom. 2nd line from the bottom, 4th line from the bottom. Over here, also 2 more quarter notes. Okay, so the first 6 notes are all quarter notes. Line notes or space notes? Space notes, because the note head is between the 2 lines, in the space between the 2 lines. So face rhymes with space, F-A-C-E. These are both E's. And the last one, is this a quarter note like the other ones? No, it's not colored in. So this is a half note. This one will be a little bit longer than these. Half of something is bigger than a quarter of something. So a half note is gonna last longer than a quarter note, all right? What about the pitch of the note? Have we seen it before? Yes, we have, over here. These 2 are on the same line as this one, that 4th line from the bottom. So obviously, it's also going to be a D. Every good boy does. 6 quarter notes to start, so that'll be ba, 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 ba. 6 of those. This one's a little bit longer, so it'll be ba. A little bit longer than these, all right? How about the pitches? G, G, D, D, E, E, D. Sound familiar? It's the beginning of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, or the alphabet song. Yes, they're both the same melody, same notes.